bastard sermon. You motherfuckers.
Welcome to another episode of the Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker,
Luke Young,
Lloyd Johnson,
and I'm surprised that
it was really hard not to say and Patrick Seta. It's so weird. It's like stepping back in a time machine almost.
And that's fucking Patrick Seta. Give it up for Patrick Seta, who came back into this room. What's up?
Clap, everybody.
Don't do that half-handed clap. Yeah, there it is. Big dick claps.
I'm just glad you clapped it all. There, Luke.
Yep.
Oh, Patrick got married the time since he's been on the podcast. Now you're
Mr. Seta.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought it was Mr. Patrick Morrison. I didn't know. Mr. Patrick Rachel Morrison.
That'd be cooler though.
It'd be sick if you took Rachel's last name.
It'd be even better if she made him take Rachel, like both, and then hyphenate.
Oh, that's the worst.
Like Patrick Rachel Morrison, just so there's no confusion.
Well, I didn't like my last name growing up at all. Like, I got bullied. Kids would say Patrick Seta. Oh my God. I never said it on the show ever because I knew it would come back to haunt me with you two fucks.
You're fucking right, it would.
But I would not care to change it back in the day. Why not? But thanks for having me on. It's fucking crazy to see you guys. Holy
Dude,
shit.
thanks for coming on. I'm so fucking stoked. Yeah. All right, let's get right into it. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. Why do you and Luke hate each other?
I don't hate Patrick.
Here, you want me to get real? Do you want to start this off on a serious note, not a funny note?
Oh, it is going to get dark. Let's go.
It's not going to get too fucked up because I don't hold a lot of hate in my heart. All right?
There's so much. Do you feel how much hate's in his heart right now as he's saying that he doesn't have hate in his heart?
There's like a power level of hatred.
Do you feel that, Luke?
It's like some sort of scanner
I've
level.
been waiting for this for so long.
That's cool.
Because I know there's been nothing here between me and Luke and me and you, so I know I'm good. This is going to be fun for me.
No, let me just start from the beginning on I guess I should address the whole elephant in the room and why I actually left the show.
Please.
So, it was like I was going through some shit at the time where, every time you come on the podcast, if you're having a bad day, you got to turn yourself on. You're hosting a comedy podcast. You got, like, Luke and you guys have had, like, bad days before, and you're like, I don't know if I'll be able to talk that much on the show and all that. I'm not feeling good.
Never a problem for me.
Well, there you go.
I was like, I don't know a single day that's run by like that for this guy.
I was like, if he's having a bad day, he just talks more.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's turned up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I was just going through some shit where I just couldn't do that every single week, I mean, I know Lloyd, when he came on the show that one time, like, don't talk about anything lame, like, oh, your fucking parents died on the show. That's lame as shit. But when that
it is. He talks about it all the time. It's boring now.
So when that like in that time frame of that year, like my mom passed, I had to be the one that did the euthanasia, and it really fucked with me more than I thought it would, because I had like this weird relationship with my mom where the first 15 years, all perfectly normal childhood, and then we had a house fire, and then alcoholism hit, and substance abuse hit, and a bunch of other shit.
I don't know a thing about that.
When someone's like gone though, like they're gone, So I came through like a weird epiphany of like human growth, I guess, or something where a
lot of strange boners.
It definitely, no joke though. I felt like it changed the chemical balance in my brain a little bit, where I focus on different things, and I just couldn't turn myself on because that shit comes in tidal waves. Just dealing with kind of grief in general, and I just couldn't do it anymore every week. It would get to the point where I would like start dreading to see you guys, or just
especially
Luke. Especially Luke.
Fucking dudes.
But it's just like I've been in projects for over a decade with other people, and you just get into these mentalities where it's becoming a chore at that point when you get in that mental state, or if you're just like defeated or whatever. So I just couldn't hold you guys back, and I have a major issue, and this is why Luke's probably pissed at me. But I have a major issue with saying no, So I left out of nowhere because
that's why I've raped so many girls.
You guys would have dragged me back in.
That's a joke. Past rape no one. Anyways.
Jesus. Except for you, Cody.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Remember that date rape? No.
It's hard to rape somebody willingly.
Not a lot.
Lost count.
Not a lot is what he's saying. Not a lot.
Lost count on the rapes. But in that whole thing, I left out of nowhere. I kind of just shut myself off. It was a whole thing. I try my best to support everything and how it was going because, this show was my baby, and I'm super fucking stoked for you guys to doing a live show. Congrats, guys. Seriously.
Thank you.
Super fucking cool, man. But sometimes I kick myself in the teeth like, man, I wish COVID didn't hit so we did Bastard Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that would have been so much
That
fucking
would have been
fun.
good.
Because we had everything set up to do like live podcasts, and I was so nervous about it. And after doing that live show, we'll get into it later, but I got so much confidence just from doing it because I thought just in front of 8 people
I can't wait
that were
to talk
there.
about it.
Yeah.
But
I thought I was bombing the whole time, and I listened back to it, and I was like, wasn't that bad. I was like,
you just kind of stress out when that shit happens. Like at the time, you get in your mind, like, am I fucking up? Am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job? And
Yeah.
you listen later, like, oh, it wasn't so bad.
nobody's listening, too, so what's the fucking
Well, there you
problem?
go.
Who cares?
But moving on back to what I was saying, I mean, I had to leave out of a whole thing. It was really tough for me to do. I fucking talk about the show all the time, like memories from the show, all the people we met, and all kinds of cool shit.
Fine, I'll leave. God.
I'm just get the fuck out of here, Lloyd. It's our show tonight, baby. No, I'm kidding. But it just, it sucked, and I heard the episodes afterwards, and I did hear how upset you were, Luke, and you were very vindictive, and I was not happy about that. But
Yep.
I don't blame you at the same time because we never really talked about it.
What really hurt me the most, and I kept trying to tell Cody what bummed me out was
How much bigger your dick is than his? He's got a big dick, and you got a big dick, so it's like,
Pretty close.
oh man, I
Big
hate that
dick
he's got
off?
another inch and a half on me.
Dick off.
It'd be fine if it
Olympics
was an
too.
inch, but inch and a half. Good Christ, come on now.
was that we weren't friends at all before the show. I didn't know you. You know what I mean? And there's definitely a struggle for us to get a genuine friendship and then find a real chemistry on the show between the two of us. I would say there's like maybe 40 good episodes before we like really became friends. And then we did the show for almost 3 years, and then he left, and then like.
Yeah, I was like, when he
was-
did that, I couldn't believe it because I was thinking about this shit for a year. Okay, just to tell you how long it went,
Yeah.
and how much I had this internal battle, and like, do I really want to quit something I busted my ass for?
Mm-hmm.
But just you
I
just
still
gotta
think
make
about
it-
quitting to this day.
So
But Luke will kill himself.
So
right?
he quit, and when he quit, I saw it starting to go down, and you were like, "Nah, we're good. We're like, I'm down to still keep doing this," and I'm
Fair.
like, "I'm down as fuck to keep doing this. Like, let's keep going. We're gonna keep pushing through until he comes back, or if he doesn't, we're still gonna keep doing the show, even if we have to rebrand." And then he came back, and I was like, yes, season
Not gonna
3,
kill myself.
season 3, it's back better than ever. And then as soon as he came back, you're like, all right, I quit, peace, and you left the group chat immediately, like
quick.
within 5 minutes of quitting the show, and then
Ghosted.
we had no conversation afterwards.
You're right saying
So I
all
was
that.
like, and
Yeah.
so to me, it was our friendship to you was only as far as the podcast would go. And as soon as you were done with the podcast, you were done with my friendship. So that's what really pissed me off.
So funny you say that because I have a complete opposite mindset on what you just said.
Let's hear
you
it.
saying that makes me realize I was wrong, but no, not about
He's like,
leaving.
I had
why
not-
we're
he's
here
like, I
right
had
now.
not considered that fact before. I had never entertained
Seriously,
it.
here's where I'm saying it though, because after I left the show and I heard that episode about how vindictive you
The
were,
Mansfield episode.
yeah,
That was the first one we came back on for people
Yeah.
that want to get an insight on this that haven't listened to the podcast before.
if you
want
want to
go
check
back,
the timeline on this drama.
yeah. If you want to catch up on all this,
seriously, we're talking about some shit that maybe new listeners aren't privy to. So you guys have laid out the timeline pretty good. Patch, obviously the original host, the one that Lloyd replaced and shit once Pat left. But if you want to go and see exactly what Luke said and see how Pat was feeling after that, you'll get a taste of that by listening
it
to
was
the...
at 3 minutes and 52 seconds. I'm kidding. I'm fucking around. No, but
It was right into
yeah.
the Mansfield episode, though. We did a Mansfield basement crossover. Go back and find that, and that's what we're talking about. Keep going, sorry.
So, after I heard that episode and that whole thing, I mean, it just sounded like, wow, I've spent 3 years trying to build a friendship with this guy. I'm not getting a lot back besides the episodes. I mean, there was times I'd ask to play games. This is all like high school drama shit. I'm sorry, listeners, but
No, this is great.
I mean,
what are you
it's,
doing?
It's
Keep
filling
going.
in all the gaps with the bastard
This is what
sermon
we're-
lore, you know. But I felt like, man, I was angry because I remember like kind of complaining about it to Rachel because I was hurt. I was like, man, I tried to be that dude's friend for 3 years. I would be there whenever shit would happen for him. I would fucking give him Christmas gifts.
That's
I
what
would do all
hurt
this
even
other
more.
shit. Like, I'm not getting anything in return here. Fuck that dude, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
No joke. I was really pissed about it.
Yeah.
But obviously, we had like a similar fucking vibe.
Yes.
On the, well, let's
If
be cool.
only
I
we
missed you.
actually talked.
We're shaking hands right now.
You can't
Well, there was
see
like
it.
2 times you hit me up. Like there was like a Mansfield.
Hey, this piece is
Kayak.
sick. Hey, are you going to the kayaking trip?
I think I remember that, but the kayaking trip I remember, and I replied, and then I didn't hear anything back, and I'm like, what are you supposed to do at like ages 25 to 30 to make up with someone? What the fuck do you do as a dude?
Cut that friendship
Kiss him?
off forever. End it.
But
Fuck
I was
this
pissed,
guy.
and-
And he's talking shit on a podcast. It's over forever.
So I was pissed, and I unfriended him. Just because I was like, I don't want to see, no offense,
You unfriended him?
whiny shit anymore. I was pissed off at you, Luke.
Wait, to this day, you guys aren't friends on Facebook?
Honestly,
Correct.
here's the thing. I never added you back because I felt shame. I was like, because I forgive easily whenever I'm upset with someone.
I don't want to make
You
this
know.
a high school drama thing, bastard sermon listeners, but I
We're not
unfriended
friends
him
on Facebook. Yeah, we're not friends on
It's not
Facebook.
Facebook official.
I realize I don't have a lot of these problems. I've heard the words hurt and feel way too many times for 2 adult men.
Well,
that I'm just wildly uncomfortable. I understand that's a me problem. We're like, oh, that hurt my feelings.
You have
Well,
to
why do you
understand,
still
Pat.
have
He
those?
should have been
Huh?
raised in like a mattress room.
I was the soft, gooey part of the bastard.
Right, I just I hear something like that and I'm like, hold on, why do you still have feelings? Like,
They're not dead
burn
yet.
Out,
They're
burn
not
out.
dead yet.
yeah.
I'll be the group whoopee cushion from now on. But yeah, I'm glad we got that out of there. 'cause
So,
I hate
so
that
everything's
shit
good
going
now,
on.
right?
We just shook hands. I think we'll kiss later. And, well, I'll add him back on Facebook. I'll put him number 2 on my speed dial. You know, my top 8
yeah,
or whatever the fuck it is on MySpace. Yeah. Get a profile picture with him and tag him.
and just so we're clear, I was as much confused by Luke's reactions of being hurt and whatever as I was Pat. That wasn't me shitting on Pat. That was me shitting on both of you for being adult men. with feelings.
not broken.
Stop! He's gonna fucking try to fight you. But don't talk
let me
about Michael Che.
Let me just go ask one of my friends to start killing my other friends.
He's
all right?
fine with it.
Well, I
Just
mean,
don't bring up
see,
Michael
that's how
Che
I did
though.
it.
Have you not, Lloyd, have you not beat any of their asses at this point yet?
You know, I've legit asked myself that a dozen times.
About me though, not about
yeah,
yourself.
about specifically about Cody, not me though.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's actually not that. Like, I don't get mad that much. People mistake, like Cody did earlier, mistake me being aggressive for me being mad.
Yeah.
Hold on one second, Luke. What would you call what had happened?
I'll go ahead and say the air got heavy.
What happened?
All right, so he was explaining something, and I was trying to give my feedback on why
And he was interrupting
my
you?
thought. Yes, the entire
See,
time.
he knows
Big
the
shot.
fucking drill.
Not only,
Oh, right.
not only did he interrupt me, but then he goes,
Well, anyways,
He did that shit all the time.
yeah, I know. But not only did he interrupt me, then he was like, well, this is what you think anyway, and just went on and continued the conversation from the point of him deciding how I felt about it, which was irritating. And then I went, hey, no, I feel that. And he goes, no, you feel it literally just stopped me and told me how I felt again. And I went, all right, I mean, that's not at all what I'm saying, but sure.
but how I did it was okay, sweetie. You know, we get
No.
it, sweetie.
And then when I
Yeah,
was,
Which is obviously me fucking around.
when I was like, all right, man, you can stop that shit for real. He was like, oh, okay, sweetie.
On the air?
No, it was just
This
right
was
before-
right before you showed up.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
why
so
I
he-
said they were in a fight.
like, he's still uncomfortable.
What the fuck?
I didn't even get mad. They're like, oh, he's still mad. I wasn't mad in the
Did
first
he not get
place.
mad?
I'll go ahead and say both parties were a little mad. In
I was
my
ma-
eyes.
I was upset for a second because
In
I
my
was
eyes.
it was like, why is
'Cause
he
he was
getting
stepping
mad
up?
at me for this?
He was stepping up, and you were like, I ain't going to take that. You're going to slap fight?
Yeah,
Get
Pat, that
over
was
it.
why.
I don't know.
He's gonna drunkenly arm wrestle me again.
Or pick him up and end his whole life. I picked him up for like 2 seconds, and he was like, "Ah, my back, my knees, my pussy, and my crack." And I was like,
Damn.
Yeah, you should probably squeeze people right in the spot that they have their spine fused together.
Like
that's,
your pussy?
That's fun.
"Yeah, is
The
your
Mexican
spine, is your
backcracker."
spine fused right to your labia?"
Jesus.
All right, you told me to be funny. What do you want from me? I'm trying to make it funny.
Man.
Oh, I'm still waiting on that.
I'm talking this guy, Lloyd Johnson, when he came on the show when I was on, was like the most sensible, empathetic dude that's ever come on the show, where he was empathizing on everybody and how they felt and determining things about them. And you were shitting on this man and interrupting him?
It's one of the many
Yeah,
mistakes.
shocking. I would do that,
Shocking.
right, Pat?
You never interrupt.
Never
ever.
once.
No, you're like the perfect host.
All right, let's talk about your animosity towards me. Come on.
Oh, I got none.
No, did it ever suck balls to have me breaking you down every episode where you're just trying to fight away? Like
I was just going through a lot that year. And thanks for bringing it full circle there, because when you I forgot that you quit for a little bit. When you quit, it was like right before I was making that decision. And then Luke was like, let's go do this shit. And I was actually hyped again to do it. And then the next couple episodes when we got back together, I just kind of felt in the background like I feel defeated. I'm going to keep doing one more episode. Then I think Lucia came on, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I felt that on your face every time that we'd record, because we were doing it via fucking Zoom podcast.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the few times where you could get a read on somebody. It's real hard to get a read on somebody when they're not in a room with you, but I could tell that you just didn't want to be there the whole time, and I was like, this is like a crushing thing for him, which I also understood through me quitting and shit like that, but like I wasn't mad at you for quitting. Like I get why Luke was. I understand Luke's perspective.
It was just a whole miscommunication, obviously.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at you for quitting at all.
Well, thank you. You're flourishing, obviously.
Do you ever have dick envy for the same dick envy of Lloyd replacing you as the host? How do you feel about Bastard Sermon 3.0?
3.0.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really good.
4.0?
It seems honestly a little bit more relaxed, not so random. It seems put together. Everybody knows what they're doing. You know, you guys everyone's a veteran podcast host at this point, so at least what I gather from it whenever I listen is that everybody's got their shit together, you know? Except for Cody forgets to mention me sometimes in the sponsorship, but no big deal.
Almost every week.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Dark Mountain Cult, go and check them out.
Yeah. No.
All kinds of cool
no.
shit. You came with literally a fucking like 20
Gift bag.
different,
No,
whole
shit.
gift bag of shit. He's got prints. He's got the whole thing
Magnets.
framed.
Dope
Yeah.
ass tie-dye fucking tank top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Where can people get those? Where the
Oh,
fuck?
you can message me on Dark Mountain Cult on Instagram or Facebook, or you can find me on Reddit under Shad Knight 20, or you can find me on Etsy as Dark Mountain Cult. There's a bunch of ways you can find it, but yeah, just hit me up.
You're doing great with all the followers and stuff that you're building up. Like,
Thanks, man.
you're really fucking making a side business out of this. You make good
Oh yeah,
money.
I do. Not to toot my own horn, I do really well right now. I could probably quit my job if I wanted to, but I like the health benefits, you know. But
You should definitely not do that. You keep the job.
yeah,
Keep the
I
health
want to keep the
benefits.
job. Like,
You
no
just got
big deal.
married. You got a house. Rachel's
Yeah, I
gonna
got-
leave you when
Oh, no.
when she finds out you're cheating in 2 months.
Oh wow, the rape accusations probably. God.
Once he gets me three.
Yeah,
yeah.
right there. I'm gonna be me three cancel culture on all that, and it's gonna go back on you guys because it's all gonna follow up like a web, and everybody's gonna get canceled. Watch,
Yeah, dude.
Watch.
Are you ever paranoid about some of the shit that you said on this podcast?
No.
Like,
Not at all.
oh no.
No, not a chance.
All right.
No.
Okay. Can we get into the marriage thing?
Yeah, of course.
The fuck happened?
We can talk
to us
about
it.
whatever the fuck you guys want.
Let's get right into your stupid ass getting hitched forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mr.
it was fucking
Mr.
beautiful.
Patrick Morrison, what happened?
Thanks. Morrison hyphen Seta.
It was a trip for me to see her name changed to Seta, for real. I was like,
It is a
oh,
bit of a
shit,
trip.
it's real now. Like,
Yeah, it is a bit of a trip. But honestly, it doesn't feel too much different afterwards. I mean, the whole week itself was awesome. That's a whole story in itself. But, you know, the only
talk about
difference...
the stress build up to that.
Oh, my God. Just planning a wedding and not pissing off family members, you know, that just think are entitled to be there. Like, Aunt Paul, I haven't talked to you in like 6 years. What the fuck are you mad about? Like, shit like that. Trust me, there's drama.
All those
And-
people could suck a dick.
Oh, yeah, and there was only like 15 people here at this wedding. I mean, when my mom passed, I changed it from a big wedding to a little one. And we went to Red River Gorge. We stayed there for a whole week. It was fucking magical. But one shitty thing that did happen was our cabin was completely infested with mice. So fucking bad. We
I
woke
know
up.
you like a good infestation.
Oh, yeah, you know, I love infestations.
For people that
Haven't
don't
lived
know,
through any, right?
for people that don't know, Pat lived in a fucking cockroach house back when he was in his metalcore days.
Cockroach
Fucking-
house, gnat house. Yeah.
What there
Fucked.
to the point to where didn't you fucking open up your toothbrush cabinet and see 2 roaches fucking on top of your toothbrush
Man.
specifically?
I could totally trail off the wedding story and tell you a whole bunch of stories of infestations I lived through. But
fair enough. Keep going.
anyway,
with your thing.
there would be so many. I lived in a house with 15 people in a 2-bedroom house, and no one cleaned up after themselves. And I was the only one on the fucking lease, so I was the only one that cared about the house, and because I'd pay for it later. And no one cleaned up their relos or any shit like that. Cockroaches, little German ones that travel in little velociraptor packs, are going all over the place. They'll crawl on you.
How did you know they were German? Were they Zeke Heiling through the...
There's an app you could use that says, what is this bug?
Okay.
And they said it was a common German cockroach. But they travel in little packs,
This dude just had the Pokedex out for roaches at his house.
Hell yeah! Well, we had the earwigs.
The German cockroach. It tends to fuck on your toothbrush.
We had Dr. Willis stop by and identify him for me.
Keep going. Sorry,
I
Ben.
had Max Mullerin come over and he identified them.
I thought you were going to say he had sex with all of them.
He had sex with all of them.
He's like, I was cheating on my girl at the time with Misty from Pokemon. She knew it.
Jesus. But the roaches were so bad that they would crawl on you when you sit down on a couch like for 5 minutes, or you open up. I remember I tried to take action and was like, all right, we got to do something about this. And I gathered everybody that was in the house. And I said, I guarantee in our mirror, our medicine closet, or the mirror, you know what I'm talking about. If we open that, there'll be a roach in there. And we opened it, and there was like 10 of them fucking, and they were running around with their butts attached to each other, and they were on people's toothbrushes, and everybody screamed. It was horrible.
All right, so
Anyways.
all that's to set up to get to the rat
That's just an
infestation.
infestation I lived through that was horrible. And
That's the only
haunts me
reason
to
I
this
know
day.
that you hate infestations. Like, it's got to be a fear for you. That's got to do something
Hell
psychologically.
yeah, fuck that, man. Oh God, I hate bugs. It's no offense, Max. But yeah, so
Talk
mouse
about
infestation.
Max's wife like that. Come on now.
Sorry, Max. But at this cabin, we woke up the next morning and there was hundreds of mouse turds everywhere on the
Thought you were
kitchen
gonna say
counters.
mice.
We had gift bags and shit, and they were in the gift bags. We just got a puppy too, and
They were
he's so
inside the
sweet.
puppy?
No, they ate all of his puppy treats though, and so keeping him under control was chaos. It's like having a toddler almost, but not like
Yeah, it's the same thing.
totally uncomparable in a way. But it's the closest thing I got. To
No,
it,
you
know
nailed
what I
it
mean?
is. You can just hit them, and it's socially
Yeah,
acceptable.
yeah, whatever. No one will know. They're not going to tell
Yeah,
anyone,
you
right?
just beat the dog shit
Yeah.
out of this one. It's okay. But it's fucking,
It's like having a toddler in the 60s. Yeah.
But they shit everywhere. We had to put all of our food in like the cooler and in the fridge and shit, and it sucked. So we got the exterminators there. They came, put some like snack pack with poison in it out. Never saw them again.
This is the beginning to your wedding.
That was the
How's
day
your
of
wedding
the
going,
wedding.
Patrick? Let me tell you about the rat infestation.
that was
No,
the
the-
day of.
That was we got it all taken care of the day of. It sucked. But the rest of the trip was great. I mean,
You eloped, right? But tell us the whole setup. How did this work?
well, okay. Well, it was on a cliff edge. There was about 400 feet drop right beyond that, and a huge view of
Where at? Where were you
Red
at?
River Gorge.
All right.
So about 2 hours south from here. But it's just a beautiful natural park with just like canyon, like, you know, with forests and shit. Whatever.
Gay sex
You see it
everywhere.
you see one forest, you see them all. But we went there on a cliff. We had like some lady that married us, and our family was there, and we did some photos. I mean, it's not too crazy to say. But during like when they were reading me everything, like I couldn't pay it. I was not nervous until I got there, and everybody's like, "You nervous? You nervous? You nervous?"
Now I am, bitch.
I'm like, kinda now. So when they were reading everything to us, I mean, we just couldn't help but just keep our eyes locked and not hear anything else that was going on. And Rachel's like, trying not to cry, you know? And I'm like, you got this. And then the lady was like, go take a look at all your family that came. And I can't focus on anything but one of the old ladies that this woman brought. And we locked eyes. In this moment, I'll never forget it. She was like, look at all the family here. And the first person and only person I locked eyes with was this random lady that this My Tiny Wedding company brought out. She was like some 70-year-old lady. It was the most... It's not that crazy telling the story, but in my mind, it burned into it, and I'll never forget having that connection with this old lady. Yeah, Rachel might want to be worried. I'm fucking around. But it was
I
really
couldn't
cool.
tell.
Yeah, it was cool. We had like a small thing at a cabin afterwards, had some cake, drank a shit ton of champagne, had so much alcohol for the rest of the week. We were drinking mimosas every day. We were the only cabin on this cliffside, besides one other one that didn't have anybody there. So at night, we'd get in the hot tub, and we would turn off all the lights, and the Milky Way is just like above you, and you're just getting drink, and you know, you have
And then
a
I
couple
just got her
smokes.
pregnant right there in the
And
hot tub.
we started making a baby. No, but we were just enjoying like just
Isn't that
being
part of
out
the
and
honeymoon?
You have to consummate it, or she gets taken back to hell.
Yeah, didn't you go to Catholic church as a child?
Yeah. Should I worry about this?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a time limit.
Come on, dude.
Good thing
You're
I was fucking the whole time, baby. What? Up high, Lloyd, up high. Whatever, man. You jealous of me slaying this puss? Fucking around. But we went kayaking in a mine, which was pretty cool. So we went into this mine. They actually filmed a movie on Netflix recently on it called The Devil Below. It looks fucking awful, by the way.
Are you in it?
Maybe. Could be.
No,
Maybe I'm the
seriously.
monster. No. It was just like this
You
little...
legit ask this man if he was in that movie.
You were in a place in the movie was filmed one time.
Yeah, you remember that?
What's wrong with you?
No, but it was like this abandoned mine. It goes about 5 miles deep into this like hillside, and we did these crystal clear kayaks so you could see everything below you. And they had like all these. Last time I did this, it was pitch black, and you had some headlamps and
That's
shit.
what I was going to ask you. Is it pitch black like that in this?
Yeah, usually it is. Like, you can't see your hand in front of your face. But this time we had the lights underneath the kayak so you could see everything. And they had these lights littered throughout the whole cavern. I'd pull it all up, but it would take too long to pull it up and show you guys. But basically, they had these lights littered because they put about 600 rainbow trout in the water for entertainment. But if the lights aren't there, they'll go blind in like 6 weeks or some shit, which is crazy shit because it hurts them, I guess, to blink in the dark or some shit. Oh, wow. That's what they were telling me. I don't know. You would probably know, right? Is that true?
That's just a cave of fear, though,
You know,
for real. Like, if they went blind and someone got trapped in that cave, just in the pitch black, you jump in the water to try to swim your way
Shit
out.
like that's
Something
happened.
brushes
Can we
against your
detour the
leg, and
story?
You're just panicking, and so is the thing that just touched your leg.
Since you asked Lloyd about this, I just want to detour the story for 1 second because when we had Lloyd on originally and you were challenging him, you know where I'm going.
Motherfucker, I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up. Dude, I'm sorry about that. All right, I was just being a douchebag.
He doesn't know yet.
Well, okay.
He doesn't know yet.
Do you want me to tell the story?
Please.
So, this is so stupid, Lloyd. I don't know why he's bringing this up.
Please don't kill Patrick. Look at how nervous Patrick is to tell you right now.
It's because it's so
He's
stupid.
been so friendly
it's so
the whole
stupid.
time. and
I'm
you're
in his
so
house.
worried.
You know, you can pull out a gat for all I know.
Go ahead.
I remember, I think I asked you, like, I think I said something.
Swans.
No, it was about zebras.
It was about
It
zebras.
was asking about how much
swans, and
zebras
bears.
weigh or something. And you like gave me shit for a second for guessing the weight, and so we Googled it, and
You Googled it after the podcast.
and I was right. I was right, and I don't know. I made a dumb big deal out of it as a joke. Not like I wasn't talking shit. I was just talking shit that I was right. You know what I
Talk
mean?
shit. Stop being a pussy, Patrick.
I'm just telling it how it is. I wasn't
No,
talking
there was
shit,
one
Lloyd.
with swan bones where
swan bones.
yeah, where you were talking about swans or whatever, fighting a swan, because I told
What?
some story about a swan coming up and attacking my ex-girlfriend, and then Lloyd was just like, they have hollow bones, dude. A swan weighs 2 pounds. I don't remember what it was. Go back and listen to the Lloyd episode, but it was literally like 2 pounds, and then you were like, I thought they were way bigger than that, and then he was like,
zebras.
no, of course not. And
Well, there was a zebra thing too, but
He's
also
wrong. I don't know what the fuck he's talking
but
about.
then
but it was zebras.
no, Patrick messaged me and he was like, swans are 23 pounds.
No,
Like,
it was
oh,
zebras.
they weigh as much as an adult toddler?
I owned up to
Adult
it.
toddler?
I would know.
A fully grown toddler? All right, I'm drunk.
also I'd have
You should have
questions
heard Cody
which type of
afterwards. He was
zebra
like-
you googled because there's other different kinds of zebras.
After the episode, Luke and Cody were like, "Man, Lloyd's such a bitch, such a little bitch," and I was like, "Don't tell him that."
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
know.
that's what
I
I'm
defended
aware.
you.
I'm
yeah.
aware.
I'm sure that's what happened, Patrick. Even though I was talking to Lloyd after the episode ended and we
While you were
left.
talking shit over your phone to me.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I was
get
there.
it.
No, you nailed it.
You were texting, blowing up my phone, man. I thought you were acting crazy. Cody's acting crazy again.
Yeah, he
Talking
looked
shit.
up all your dumbass knowledge and you were completely wrong.
Zebra,
That's what he gets
only
for-
zebra. Only zebra.
So yeah, and also I would have to go. Which type of zebra did you Google? Because
I don't know. It was just, dude. This was like
course he
what
would
2
do
years
that.
ago or some shit. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, but
I love
sorry
it.
about that.
you're good.
I know you're upset.
I was very.
We can talk about
I
it.
cried.
Don't worry,
cried
I'm
a
the
lot.
one getting my ass beat later. Calm down.
Hey, speaking of caves, though, I was at the Cincinnati Art Museum this weekend. I went to Union Terminal.
And I met this bitch with a pussy that was like a cave. Shit.
I saw the Omnimax film that they shot on
Giant
caves.
vaginas of
It was
the Africa.
fucking nuts. I haven't been to an Omnimax film in ages.
Were you high?
How did it go?
I was super stoned.
Luke,
It was
yeah.
dope. Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
I'm basically high if I go out to do anything.
you at least take acid? Do you have weed right now?
No, I didn't take
I'll
acid.
hit
I
some
don't
weed.
have weed.
I have weed.
Ah, fuck. Can we smoke weed on the podcast?
It's like I don't smoke.
Yeah, he doesn't smoke.
I don't
Can I smoke your weed that you don't have on the podcast?
Yes.
I can't do cocaine this episode, which we never do because that's illegal. But
You're a
Cody.
maniac. You're an absolute maniac.
I'm saving until after the podcast. Anyways,
You're saving it for after. Okay.
your cave, whatever. You had sex in a
Yeah,
cave or
dude.
something?
Brian Cranston narrated it the whole time, and
That's
it was
dope.
really uncomfortable
Why was it uncomfortable?
because I just kept thinking about him like,
I am the danger.
yeah, just being really cringy on Breaking Bad.
Did you not like Breaking Bad?
No, I love Breaking Bad, but I mean Brian Cranston, really? Like, if Brian Cranston put a gun to your head and started talking all crazy, would you like
No,
be
that's why he was
scared, or would you
perfect.
like laugh?
Yeah,
on
after
That's
control?
why
Breaking
he was
Bad.
perfect for that role because he was supposed to be some nerdy, like, fucking clean shoes fucking teacher.
No,
that-
I always imagined him as the psychopath dad from Malcolm in the Middle. That
Or the
was
dentist?
always Brian
Yeah.
Cranston in
Seinfeld?
my head.
I've been
No.
watching a lot of Seinfeld. He's the dentist.
Seinfeld fucks.
Yeah. He
That's
he
so
became
Yes.
fucking awful.
I
No,
hate Seinfeld.
Seinfeld
Seinfeld
fucks.
is the worst show that's ever gotten. Next to Friends. Friends is the
Hold on.
worst.
Friends
then
is
there's
trash.
Seinfeld.
Friends
Okay.
is trash.
They're the
I
same
fuck with
show.
Seinfeld,
They're the
dude.
exact same
No,
show.
Yeah,
God.
but seriously, Friends is worse. At least Jerry made me laugh one time in his whole fucking 50-year career. Friends
What,
never.
did he get shot? What?
Okay, never, ever, ever, ever take Cody's movie advice or show advice, because one time this dude went on this huge emotional roller coaster on Facebook. Big shock. Doesn't happen 10 times a day, I'm sure. But he posted this whole thing about, Klaus is like the most magical Christmas story I've ever heard. And it made me think about all this. It made me cry. I sat there and held Allie's hand, and she said, "It'll be okay, Cody." And she changed my diaper. And I said, "My diaper wipey." And I was so upset. So I said, "Wow, that sounds pretty good. I should watch this." We watch it. It was like the lamest shit I've ever seen. It was
Yeah.
like,
That
I was like,
tracks.
Cody fucking cried at this? This dude wears fucking Slayer?
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on,
Bitch.
wait. J.K. Simmons plays Klaus.
Oh,
Right?
wow, okay.
One of the greatest fucking... one of the greatest actors of our generation plays the voice acting for Klaus, and they do a non-traditional setup for...
if we're picking
for a
top
Christmas story.
25 actors, he is nowhere in that fucking
That's because you
range.
didn't like Oz growing up, all right? You didn't have the same emotional connection to Oz as I did thinking
Wizard of
about
Oz?
getting butt-fucked in prison, all right? You didn't come as hard as I did thinking about that situation. And...
You know what? That makes sense. That's a real story.
hold on,
Let's
did you
keep
see
it going.
Whiplash? Did you...
I
No,
know
did you
y'all
see
like
Whiplash?
fucking-
Whiplash fucked. Yeah,
Yo,
Whiplash fucked.
is fucking incredible.
That's true.
I don't know,
Whiplash is
man.
great.
Whenever I see J.K.
Whiplash is
Simmons, I get
fantastic.
excited. He voiced him perfectly. I felt that there was a lot of emotion in that role. That whole movie overall had like a... If you took fucking Tim Burton sort of style, but you didn't do it over the top like Tim Burton does it and too
If you like
goofy.
Frozen, you'll like this movie he's talking about. There you go.
If you like Frozen,
Nailed
it,
you like
Pat.
Whiplash.
Yeah, you really-
It's at the same thing.
It is not the same
Yeah,
thing at all.
Go
No.
watch them back to back and
It's
tell me what
super
you
dark.
think, Lloyd.
No, it's super dark.
I'm not
It's-
going to do that, but I'm going to agree with you starting off just because.
Fuck Cody.
Well, no, I mean, just
Yes.
I've seen the things he's like, this is awesome, and the things he's like, no, that's terrible.
Oh, like
I
True
just-
Romance that you liked when we watched?
Hey, True
Yeah,
Man.
I do
That's
like
supposed
that.
to be really good.
Fuck.
I do like
really
that.
good.
Interesting.
That was good as shit.
You like fucking Bright,
We've agreed
too,
a bunch
Cody.
of times. It's interesting that you say that now. Go ahead, though. I don't want to tell you how you feel, because God forbid you flip
See,
this
now
table
he's
over
gonna, he's
and
gonna
put me in a
push until I
Kimura.
actually
poking the bear.
react. I know.
Yeah.
He's
Don't
trying
give
to
him-
He's
actually
gonna
get it.
regret it,
Don't
dude.
do it. He's like a hyena.
He's gonna throw you down those stairs.
J. Jonah Jameson? Or
Klaus
you're
is
gonna
a
get,
fucking great movie. I
No,
don't care
it's
what
not.
Patrick's fucking
What's that
faggot
actor's
ass
name?
has to say about it.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. He was really good. Have you watched Invincible? I know Luke has. He got
Of
me
course,
on it.
yeah. He's
Invincible.
He's
Omni-Man.
fantastic as
Oh,
Omni-Man.
man. I rewatched that recently. That
Oh, it's
show
so
is
good.
quality, man.
Don't take
Quality
this off
shit.
of you hating Klaus.
It
Don't bring
sucks.
this to something that we enjoyed
Bro,
together.
I was expecting an emotion. You know, I actually me and Rachel held off watching it for a little bit because you said how sad it was. I'm like, I don't know if I want to cry. I don't know if Cody was crying. And I watched it
Guys,
and I was
this
like,
is before his mom died.
it was like
if he watched it
laughably
after,
bad.
if this was a
Laughably
post
bad
his mom
movie.
dead, he would be crying his eyes.
Wow. Okay. This movie sucked. Fuck you, man.
All right. Well, if I got to finish, I'd seen a lot of things that he's like had responses to, and then you throw in the fact that it's a Christmas movie, and I'm out all 100%.
What kind of Christmas
yes.
movie is good? Don't even say Die Hard. That's some stupid shit.
The
on
Grinch
internet.
with Jim Carrey's good. I enjoy watching the animated Grinch.
He
I
is pretty
enjoy
good
it.
in The Grinch. You're right. That is
I don't
good.
know. I grew up watching
li-
A Christmas
I-
Story. That
I
was
like-
good before I
That
watched
was
it
good
100
too.
times in a row. I don't like it anymore just because I've seen it so
Just
many fucking
Friends?
times. Bad Santa is the all-time
Ryan
best.
Reynolds?
Bad Santa is the all-time best of all time.
Okay.
Nobody could ever top that. It's fantastic. Fuck everybody that says Die Hard's a Christmas
It's
movie.
That's
not.
stupid.
That's
Stupid.
retarded.
Bruce
I'm
Willis
never
said
gonna.
so himself.
Harry
It's a-
Potter would be considered a Christmas movie in my eyes.
Exactly, in the same sense that Die Hard. That's why I don't do
No,
that.
no.
Oh, was there Christmas in the movie? Then it's a Christmas movie. Fuck out of
No.
here. No, we're talking straight Christmas movies. There's-
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Actually,
Turbo
I love that
Man.
grown up.
Jingle All the Way.
That movie sucks, but it's a good
It's
fucking.
bad
It makes me.
sucks.
I enjoy it.
Turbo Man. Dude, fuck out of here.
That movie
Sinbad.
sucks, but I like it because it brings me to a happy place in my childhood, and I
Is
don't
it
have a
Arnold
lot of that.
Schwarzenegger?
All right.
Do you understand that? Do you understand not having a lot of happy childhood moments because you've only remembered the bad things? So like wanting to. The only things that I can like leech towards that make me feel good are like these Christmassy sort of situations.
Some dumb.
Yeah, you can't relate, but I'm
Nope.
saying, could you like empathize?
No.
Sympathy would be being able to relate because you've been there. You can't empathize because you're a fucking sociopath.
No,
Luke.
because I know
I feel
you,
like I'm
and
talking.
it
I'm not
doesn't
talking
add
to you,
up.
you fucking sociopath. I'm talking to this guy. I'm not
doesn't
talking to this
add up.
autistic freak over here.
You want my
It
my
doesn't
honest
add up.
opinion?
It
My-
doesn't.
You
Yeah.
want me to tell you what's up, Cody?
All right.
I'm gonna tell you this because I'm your friend.
Oh
right.
God, I'm leaving.
You're a crying little bitch. All right.
Thank you.
Is this because I said something about your mom? I was kidding. I love your mom.
No, it's Klaus.
I made love to your mom.
It's
Oh wait, what?
It's that movie
I'm
Klaus.
joking.
That's fucker.
We detracted so hard. We got so far down this
Wait,
rabbit hole.
let me get into this one more second. Hold on. What do you guys think of? Honest opinion. What do you guys think about like 8 Crazy Nights?
I thought you were gonna say Bright, and I was gonna punch you across the table. 8 Crazy Nights is great.
I think that's pretty good too.
Good movie.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Christmas
I think
movies.
it's one of his his final goodbye farewell movies
It's his
before he
last good movie. I
yeah
think.
before he just
Wait,
started
Uncut Gems.
wasting
I have to
his
see that.
life
What about
and
Uncut
career.
Gems?
I haven't seen it. I
That was a
heard
good
it's
movie.
amazing.
Yeah, that
It's-
was a good movie.
Do you
It's-
like
it's
sitting
just
there?
anxiety.
That's what I was
Oh.
gonna say exactly. If you like sitting there in a complete like anxious wreck, like
Which I do.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Those movies, yeah, man. Those movies that make me feel I have anxiety. Yeah.
the fact
I'm
you
in.
can feel that from just watching something, he's actually created something there. I don't know that he did or the director did.
I look forward to
Whoever
our
did
next
it, he was in
LLC
it.
then, because the movie we're gonna watch has got that feeling for me at least from
I'm
start
in.
to finish.
So the music has a lot to do with it too. I think with that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the way that they filmed it, like we're in the world of 4K, and they're still doing like it might be maybe you could find a 4K or a 1080p version, whatever the fuck, but everything feels shaky. Like automatically, you feel like
Is it all close shots too?
you have glasses. If you don't have glasses, the way that you feel when you don't have your glasses on, the way that I feel when I look
Blurry?
at somebody's glasses that I don't have glasses, and I'm like, everything's all fucked up now. It's not exactly blurry, but everything's just kind of warped and distorted.
Is like the background move like a little bit slower than like the camera or something? I know
certain
what you're
points.
talking about because that's like a film trick or something. I forgot what kind of lens it is, but
Everything they did with the cinematography was just like, oh man, they're doing something interesting here. They're making me feel weird the entire time, and they're telling a good story that I could get behind. Where at first it's like a slow burn, and then you get into it, and it's like, this guy's a piece of shit, and it's like, where's the part that I root for him? Never. You're never gonna root for him. That's the greatest part about the movie. You never root for him, and it ends badly.
And the moment
for him.
you do, it's over. It's over. It's over immediately.
Actually, I really
you don't
like-
want to cheer for him, and the moment you do, it's over.
And there's nobody at the end of that movie to be like, he won, everybody lost, and it feels like real life at the end. Of it.
it really does feel like real life at the end.
It's like, oh.
a rice. It's like you thought there was going to be a good ending to this. No.
It's not like when you watch Catch Me If You Can. It's like, oh, it worked out for him. He started working for the FBI, and then you read up on it and you find out the whole thing's a lie. Eventually, it'd be like if at the end of it'd be like 3/4 through Catch Me If You Can, they were like, yeah, by the way, I was just making all this up, and they turn out to be like fucking Henry Hill from Goodfellas, where it's like, yeah, I'm just a drunk sitting on a couch making stories up, and you fucking idiots bought it right at the end, and you're like, oh, the whole thing doesn't mean anything.
you know what I realized? So Goodfellas, I've never finished it.
You're a fool.
The movie I had the disc would stop in the middle of it when they're having a dinner scene.
Buy it on
And what's his name? Joe
streaming
Pesci?
services.
Is that the guy?
Don't act like you don't know Joe Pesci. Did you see his face?
I don't want to
What's his name? Joe.
You know how much shit these guys gave me, Lloyd? If I mispronounce anything, do you know what the torment?
Joe who?
The
Never heard of
Humanity.
him.
Giving him
Joe
flashbacks.
I have this-
Pesci?
You say his name wrong, you're gonna hear about it. You know
Oh,
what I'm
I
talking
know. Yeah,
about. Little crybaby bitch. But I found out he was recently one of the bad guys in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
duh.
I was like, I watched like how did this get made, or what was that? The movies that made us, or whatever it's
That's
called.
a great series on Netflix.
It is pretty good. Yeah, so I found that out. I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy. That dude's only been like violent as fuck and everything else. That's cool. I just thought,
Yeah, he wasn't playing a violent home invader.
Say, he was definitely a
Was he
violent
gonna
person
kill a
in that
kid at
movie
some
for
point?
Sure.
did he though?
He got
He was
bested.
trying to.
He got
He was
bested.
close. He was a little close.
Both of them were trying to fucking kill that kid. That kid smashed him in the face with some fucking paint buckets, lit him on fire. Made
Oh
him
man, he really fucked him up.
He
I'm
Tarantula on
I'm
the
surprised
face.
it wasn't attempted murder.
dropped a 100-pound bag of cement on top of dude's neck.
Because if you think about it, I don't know if you remember this old story back in the day where a robber, he was on some old lady's house, fell through the ceiling light, and cut himself on a butcher knife.
Solid.
Sued the lady he was going after, and he won.
Yeah, stories in Liar Liar, the Jim Carrey movie.
He was who? What?
That movie is, or that case is in Liar Liar.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, there you go. It's some crazy shit.
That's
So
bullshit.
They could have
dude.
sued him for attempted murder, maybe.
That's a horse.
There's no
shit
cameras.
case. I'd be mad as fuck.
You're
I like
supposed to
how
leave.
Pat's trying to litigate Home Alone 1.
I'd be mad as
Yeah,
fuck.
baby.
though.
Armchair Lawyer, a fucking a goofy
Filibuster.
comedy movie from
Yeah.
the early 90s.
Bird law or whatever.
We got off on this whole fucking tangent, and all this was about your wedding.
Oh yeah,
It was about.
It's not much to
we ended in a
explain though.
dark
I mean,
cave.
so yeah, I went the kayaking in the mine, and then we went hiking the next day, and then after that we went ziplining. She wanted to go ziplining. I don't know if have you guys ever ziplined before?
No, I'm a pussy.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
We
I know.
established this.
Trust us, we all know.
And you were like just the other day, like, I'm ready to kill myself. I've done everything. I have kids. There's nothing else for me to do.
I wasn't
and you're
ready
like,
to-
I've never ziplined. Like, there's so many minuscule things you can fill your life with that could give you so many stories,
Sure.
experiences, and you're like,
But I don't
no,
wanna
I'm
do
ready
any of
to
those."
die right now.
I've heard those stories from other people, and they're not interesting stories. I've heard a million I've zipline stories. What's Pat's big story? Wow, it was crazy.
Someone fell off
Woo,
and died.
yeah, I really want to do that. Somebody fell off and died. Yeah, I want to
You
be
know
that
what's
guy.
just as
You're really
boring?
selling it to me, Pat.
You know what's just as
No,
boring?
you could be the guy that died too. That's all.
You know,
That's
it's
also
just
an
as
option.
boring.
It is
Being
pretty
the
cool.
guy who listens to, sad people do all those things to go, it's all right, and taking their word for it and just like slumming it
Oh,
up.
you're calling Pat a sad person. Hey,
I'm talking
still-
you a sad
still
person.
hate Luke
He's
now.
the one who did it and excited. You're like, I've heard people say it was alright, so I'm not gonna do
No,
it.
I'm a scared of it, so I'm not gonna do it, dog.
You cry,
It's
baby.
not-
you little
I'm a
cheese
pussy.
wipey.
But I've done
Watch
what I was saying the other
and curl
night.
up in a little ball.
By the way, that's not a fair assessment of what I was saying. I wasn't like
Yes,
I'm gonna
it is.
kill myself. But I did say everything else. Outside of that, I'm gonna kill myself, which is my main underlying feeling. Like, I should just get it over with. But I've got kids, so I can't. But all the rest of it is true. I feel like I've done everything that I wanted to do. The thing is, like, yeah, there's a million other things that you could do. None of those I have any aspirations for, and I am not even sort of curious about it. And I've done some
You don't
of
want
the
to play
things.
Spyro, the next Spyro game?
Well, yeah, I do, but
You don't know?
that's trivial. My point
Is it?
is like the
It's not worth
stuff that
staying
other
alive
people
for.
Yeah, the point
The
that
little things, man. The little things.
Dying
What
you
is
haven't went
way
zip
the fuck are
lining.
you living for if
Yeah,
it's not the
I-
little things?
Well, yeah, you haven't went ziplining. Yeah, I also never went. I never rode on a plane. I've done that about a fucking dozen times, and every single time it sucked. So yeah, it's probably gonna be the same way for this other shit. No, once you ride a roller coaster, you're gonna love it. Nope, I've hated it every time I've ever done it. I've done it a bunch.
Dude, that's because
Yeah,
you're...
it's gonna be the same way with all this other shit, and everybody's like, "No, you can get stories out of it." And I was like, "I can do that by going to the
You're
bar
such
and
a
hitting on the
pessimist.
guy that I think's a girl."
Cody doesn't enjoy anything until it's 4 a.m. and then he loves everything intensely.
That's called. Well, there's a word for that, Lloyd, and it's called cocaine.
Good God.
You can definitely tell like what time of day a post from Cody is on Facebook. Like anything in the first I don't know.
8 minutes of my
I gotta
existence.
say, Cody, some of your posts like make you really unappealing to certain women. I bet.
Dude,
All women.
I got
That's
a
the goal.
message.
My
I got a
nutsack
text
smells.
message. I got a text message from a friend who said, "Yo, dude, Cody," and I was like, "What did he do?" And they're like, "Just him and the shit he posts on Facebook." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "And we're just sitting here talking about the guy." I'm like, "Why?"
You're
You know what the
stopping a
retarded part
conversation.
is? I say all this on the podcast for 5 years. No one says dick about it, but you write it in 2 sentences on Facebook, and 8 people see it, and you're getting text messages. They should have gotten text messages 5 years ago, all the way up through now. I've never changed my stance on being fucking completely retarded, but you're like, whoa, it makes you unappealing to women. Oh, like the whole public podcast that I've done for the last 5 fucking years. Yeah, the whole thing.
There's no
makes me-
women listening to this.
If there is, there's maybe like 2 or something.
Right, but that's the point. Like, the Facebook thing's the one that draws people, but you post about the podcast on Facebook.
What fucks me up?
Your mom
though is,
likes
like,
it, and you like it.
I'll
You're
wake
like,
up.
all right.
I'll wake up for work at like 5,
That's how I feel,
5:30,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, when did he write this? Like 7 o'clock last night. It's like 48 minutes ago.
I think the same thing. I'm like, wow, his nutsack smells bad. He either got a health issue or he just.
Oh, it's a health issue. It's called warts.
Dick, or,
Yeah.
Hygiene, health.
I'm not trying to hide it.
Whatever.
Everyone acts like I'm trying to hide
You're
it.
like,
No,
yeah.
apparently
Who's
not.
the person, by the way?
Fetty.
Fetty said
Yes.
that? Ah, whatever. That juggalo said, the juggalo that works at Outback Steakhouse was like, wow, he posts crazy shit. Like, oh, who's going chicken hunting? We's going chicken hunting. That guy, the guy that's into the fucking guy that goes and listens to 2 40-year-old men dress up in clown fucking grease paint and get on stage and talk
Hey,
about
dude.
getting that
You better
pussy
respect
and
the Dark
serial
Carnival.
killers. That's the guy that was like, oh, Cody's crazy on Facebook. Shut the fuck up, Fetty. Eat a whole dick, you little bitch.
That was a
Anyways,
good one.
yeah.
You're gonna shit on the Dark Carnival like that, man?
No, I'm just saying, if you're into the Dark Carnival and you're
Yes.
also appalled, fine, shit on it if you want. But if you're into that and you're also appalled by what I'm doing on Facebook, you're a corny, two-faced nerd. That's what I think, David Fetty. Going
There you go.
forward,
Well, I mean, he's not the only one. I mean,
yeah. There's
I won't
also
lie.
you.
I have that conversation with Rachel. I'm like, what the fuck is he posting here? What? Yeah, no joke. And sometimes we play games with people and be like, yo,
We
what's up
should
with
have like
Cody?
we should have a
I'm like, I don't know.
reoccurring segment. We should have
You
a
know how hard it
reoccurring
makes my
segment.
dick that everybody's talking about me like this?
You talked about it a
Lloyd
lot.
can see it in my
Yeah.
eyes right now. He's like, he's actually loving this.
Yeah, I almost hate to like contribute. I don't want to like give him.
I made all that up. Is that better?
Oh, man.
People are talking about me.
The fact that you took the time to make all that up just to inflate my ego like that, oh man, that
I'm a saint. Saint
num,
Patrick.
num, 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 num. It really makes
sorry.
my dick hard. All right, can we do one stupid thing that's not related to ourselves before we? Luke's scrolling through a phone on. What's
I
going
was
on?
looking. I was trying to find one of your interesting rants
Go
to
ahead,
read
yeah.
out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank God you don't
Um,
dirty delete them.
Here we go.
Never.
Rewatching Blade, and this movie still fucks. There isn't a lot of movies that can make a lot late '90s vampire blood
on,
rape
wait,
scenes.
wait.
That's
Sober.
an oddly
Hold on, wait.
specific
Sober.
scene
This
genre.
is sober. This is a sober post. I have my kids. I'm watching it with my son. I'm not drunk. I'm not ashamed of this. Keep going.
You're watching Blade with your son?
Also,
course I am.
Also, this scene he's about to name is a very niche scene that I don't think many people were trying to get right.
The beginning of the movie.
But
It's the
here we go.
beginning of Blade.
Rewatching Blade.
It's been
and
on
this,
Joe Rogan's podcast that has billions of listeners.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a niche. Okay, yeah,
He's
it's
saying-
Blade niche.
No, this specific
No,
kind of movie
I like he
scene.
hears
What's the
part he
scene?
wanted to.
Yeah.
No, he's saying
Uh,
there's not a lot
okay.
of movies trying to create this scene.
So rewatching Blade in this movie still fucks. There isn't a lot of movies that could make a late '90s vampire blood rave scene not look like the corniest goth kid shit of all time, which it is. Somehow they nailed it on this though. Wesley Snipes is the man, and I forgot how much I used to dig this shit.
All right, so let me just for Luke, you're right. There isn't a lot of scenes where this applies to, but I'm saying in the '90s, based on what a lot of people were doing movie-wise in the '90s, especially in a genre
This one
that would
came out of
have
nowhere.
that would have a rave scene that involves vampires and blood. If they were doing that in the '90s, in any other fucking movie, that's gonna look dog shit. It's
Yeah.
gonna look corny. The fact that they could do that in the late '90s and still nail it. And yeah, whatever. You could sit there and watch it and be like, it's still corny, it's dumb guy shit. Yeah, you're right, but they're going for a story that they've told through a comic book. Of course, it's going to have some element of like
Corn.
unbelievability and cornball to it. But the fact that they could bring it to the level that they did was what I was impressed by. And that was my point. It's not that it's a niche thing. Like so many other movies have tried this and failed. That wasn't my point. If other movies
tried this Vampire Brave,
I've watched
it
them try to
failed.
do rave scenes in other movies. I've watched them try to do fucking a bunch of like niche shit in that era of movie making, and they've dropped the ball every time. And I still like those movies that they do it in. I wish that I had examples right now, but I'm hammered, so I don't. But I know those movies exist because I've watched them. And Lloyd, come on, you don't want to give me any fucking credit. You
agree.
love '90s movies, but come on, man. There's a fucking million of them that would have tried something like that, and not that it is good as Blade. I want to hear. Maybe I'm wrong, but
No, Blade's
please.
dope. It just, again, I got what Luke was saying. It's an oddly specific
It is. You're right.
way to point out what you were trying to say.
But now that you've heard my point,
I understand your point. I understood your point when
well, I'm
I read
saying,
it.
am I right though?
I don't know. Am I?
I just wanted to hear a yes right there.
All right, well, cool.
Can I
I
just
wanted
get
to
a
actually
yes?
give an answer like a human being. My bad.
Nah, dude, I'm trying to guide you to my yes.
Read your lines, Lloyd.
Yeah, if you guys are
script
curious,
right
the
there.
card.
if you guys are curious about how I feel or think about anything,
Ask Cody. Yeah. I found another one that I thought was pretty good.
Go ahead.
I went to take a piss the other day, and I thought my kidneys were failing
This
because of
happened
how
at
bad
Lloyd's.
it smelled.
This happened at
It could have
Lloyd's
been his
house.
fault, though.
But then I realized it was just my dick. Then I thought about it and realized I hadn't showered at all that week. Yeah,
Famous.
but anyways, I'm single if anyone's interested. The last one called the cops on me for yelling at her, but I'm sure it'll work out differently for you.
That's
I gotta
all a
say,
real story.
That
all
is
of that.
that is like one of your most famous statuses, I would say. That should go in the Cody Hucker Hall of
archives.
Fame. Yeah, the Hall of Fame of like, well, let's go. Cody died. Let's look at his legacy, and we'll go and find this one.
Fuck the Library of
Status.
Congress. It's the Library of Cody's fucking tweets and shit like that. Or Facebook status.
All right, so I'm gonna
Hilarious.
scroll back into. This is a person who I'm friends with on Facebook, who was a friend of my brother's growing up,
Yeah.
and
This is Lloyd's alternate account. I don't want to. Where he can actually be autistic.
Joy Lawson.
Yeah, Joy Lawson.
y'all are killing it.
You like? Do you get it? I
yeah,
switched
I
your,
got it,
your
I got
the
it,
front
yep,
start
yep.
letters.
Okay, Sat Pita. I don't whatever. Yeah.
Sat Pita, why have we never used that? That's the name of the episode
stupid.
now.
That's hilarious.
We have to. I'm gonna write that down. That's the name of the episode.
Oh,
anyway,
man, burned me.
I hope they read it the way that he said it. Sat Pita. No, it's Pita. Calm down.
That's hilarious.
This guy's so unbelievably and ridiculously fucking terrible.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to find some of his statuses and have Luke read them.
Please.
Because this,
An accent,
Can we get a Mandarin accent?
or is that like way too hard?
We started
nowadays?
trying to do that, and then Lloyd's too woke for all that, so we can't.
I won't lie, it's very offensive.
I was
I'm glad I'm never saying
watching
it.
I was watching Two Bears One Cave, and Tom put it this way perfectly. As long as you're not trying to do a caricature but an actual person, you're fine. But if you're a white guy, you know, doing an Asian accent, it's wrong always, no matter what. Like even if you're trying to do your best and most honest like impersonation,
yikes.
it's always yikes, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Always yikes. But I mean, like, because you can. Yeah, it's just the whole thing, I guess. I don't mind the accents, you know.
This is the guy I'm talking about.
Oh, that guy's got a sweet looking chin.
Sweet picture, white shirt, and bug-eye sunglasses.
With bad lighting, with the light behind him.
Yeah,
It's a boomer shot.
for sure. Trailer.
That's
lighting.
a fact.
Trailer lighting. What about this guy?
All right, so just
Read some
start
statuses.
at the bottom. I didn't even go to find a good one. Just start at the
Do you
bottom
know
and
him?
start reading up. Yeah, like when I was a kid. So I grew up in Alabama.
Okay.
This is one of my older brother's friends from Alabama that friended me on Facebook.
Just randomly, and then you just see his craziness.
If you're having a bad day, going back and reading shit he's written will fix it.
yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy's
I know
amazing.
they're hard. To
So, yeah,
they're
it's
kind of hard to decipher.
you gotta like reread it. Like, did I read? Oh, no, he didn't say that, right? Okay.
That is Jeremy Putman kind of meth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, it was a great day at class, and I think I found a place where I belong and can express how I feel, and someone understands I can dig it.
I'm assuming that's some kind of rehab.
Okay.
The next one's my favorite, though. Stupid bitches can't like you for who you are. They just do it for what you got or what they can get. I say, fuck them. I got dick now. What?
Oh, I go to the bathroom for 1 minute and you guys start reading my Facebook?
We were reading your Facebook before you went to the bathroom?
I don't know.
You tell us, Cody.
Wonder if she's going to pop up today. If not, oh well, I'm Gucci no matter what.
Let me actually find some good ones in there, because there's some that are...
No, that
Save
reminds
those for
me.
the Patreon.
Totally, I understand those. Sometimes you got to follow some people that are just total train wrecks almost, where
Me.
you're just like,
That's me.
man, I don't feel so bad about my life right now.
So I was going to do a podcast called My First Worst or something like that. Or
That exists.
something. Yeah, I can't remember. Whatever the one, there's already one that's named that. So
Yeah.
So it's either going to be like a horrible story, or we would go through and like that friend for everybody that you follow and read their fucked up posts. And then I realized as I was like starting to talk to people about doing it, they're like, well, I mean, I couldn't say their name. I don't
And
know
also
nobody
all
can
the
find
throat
it.
clearing, so...
Well, would that be considered doxing at that point? If
I
you're
guess,
I don't know.
It just,
You guys, you know what I love? I love that Cody went to the bathroom and came back exhausted.
Did you
you just seem
pee?
to be breathing heavier.
Was it a heavy
Are
pee?
you okay? Yeah. You went to the bathroom, came back tired.
It's a lot of sitting around, I think. A little sedimentary lifestyle going on in my life. Oh, that walk to the bathroom was like, that's a triathlon for normal athletes.
Damn, man. Lloyd, you saying that you follow that person
Don't say
makes
damn,
me...
man, like you were like, yeah, you're right. You are out of shape. God, you're disgusting. I hate you, you disgusting bitch. Anyways, Lloyd, let me talk to a man of my similar workout stature.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, I meal prep and I drink protein shakes. No, but I do follow someone
what's his
that
name?
is Cody Hucker.
There's no protein left in there. I assure you.
Oh,
actually
your answer to my
chocolate
joke
milk.
was, I let you suck my dick until you come in my mouth.
wow.
Good joke, Patrick. Keep going.
Okay. But there's this person I follow online. She got like the clown makeup tattooed on her face,
Fuck yeah.
and that's how I found this person. It was like on a cringe subreddit, and I went to their page, and they forced themselves to be homeless. And now they always talk about how they have videos recording themselves just saying nonsense, living on Skid Row kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just talking shit to cops and like random people on wheelchairs
Well,
and
Pat,
stuff.
I'm glad you guys were able to figure it out and buy a house together and get married.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
dude,
it.
hold on. Those aren't even
That's
the
a
good
bad
ones.
joke.
We're still not far enough back for some of the best ones.
All right, so we got some more from this psychopath that Lloyd knows on Facebook. Starting from the bottom up, it's fuckers trying to give me 3 years on some shit I didn't even do. Marsha Forbes did the ratchet shit and pulled me in it. I'm livid as fuck, taking this to trial all the way. I'm not going
Hold
down
on,
for
wait,
something
wait,
I never
1 second.
did.
Hold on.
Bet that shit.
Hold on. YouTube listeners, it's going to make a real difference what I'm doing right now. With your accent and headphones on.
Just put it on the headphones.
There we go. Now keep going.
All right. Fuckers trying to give me 3 years on some shit I didn't even do. Marsha Forbes did the ratchet shit and pulled me in. I'm livid as fuck, taking this to trial all the way. I'm not going down for something I never did. Bet that shit.
Anyone like that?
That'll be
Oh my
perfect to
God.
cut out
3
with the hat
people.
on.
3 people did.
Any hearts, slaps?
No,
or
just
sad
likes. Just likes. I think the people who like don't even know how to
Lloyd,
operate.
Sad reacting to that.
No, I don't react to anything. Like I don't want him to realize.
You
like,
want me to?
You don't want to be part of your life. Like
no, like
right?
I've thought about going back and finding the really egregious ones and then just liking them now.
So they pop back up on
But I'm pretty
timelines.
sure he's in jail or something because
Oh,
I think like at a
fingers
certain
crossed.
point the post just stop. So either
best-
he died or is in
mystery.
jail or something.
Oh,
If
he
you-
went to jail after this next.
The best
post.
part is if you comment, then everybody else will see that you commented, and it'll re-spark up the
Right.
whole fucking thing.
So I thought about doing that with like a bunch of them, just like one a week.
You should do that, especially if he's in
Bump.
jail. He can't defend himself.
This next post is hands down my favorite. Well, it's been almost a year since I had some hole. It's yes, he fucking
That's
says
like
that,
some
dude.
Cody Hucker level.
Oh man. Well, it's been almost a year since I had some hole. I'm definitely on a ready to hump the bark off an oak tree kind of way. So let's get ready to breed. Any takers? I'm full loaded and ready for action. He.
Any takers? Likes?
Lloyd liked it.
Oh, you were ready.
We got one.
Lloyd liked it. Oh, he
was the only
he
one.
commented. he
Sad react.
commented. It was the only comment. He commented after it. You know, there's people that got to elongate the status with comments instead of just deleting
yeah.
it.
Hi,
and
I'm
rewriting.
right here. You can just talk to me.
And I may say that if I don't plant my bones soon, I may as well play that song "Dare Penis" because
Which is a Rodney
Okay.
Carrington.
We know you know it.
The most garbage comedian of all time. Just if you think that Jeff
Next
Fox,
to Tim Dillon.
if you think that was good, if you think Jeff Foxworthy and fucking Billingall are bad, go to some Rodney Dangerfield shit. Keep going. Sorry.
and I may say that if I don't plant my bones soon, I may as well play that song "Dear Penis" because the wet vac will just give up.
Sounds like a real nice guy.
I think he's
you know?
fucking his shop vac that's wet.
I think that's
He saw a scary movie.
That's really gross.
How very Hubert-sided of him. All right, if you guys like this conversation, you want to hear the rest of it, go over to patreon.com/thebastardsermon. $5 unlocks everything, our entire archive of content. We've got a bunch of shit with Pat on it, actually. Go
Pat's
and check that
Patio.
shit out. Pat's Patio, the
Is that
only
still up
episode.
there?
Yeah, it's still up
There
there.
should be like 3 of them, right?
I think. I don't know. I think only the one.
There's 3.
There's one about KFC and
Yeah, that was the 3rd one.
I think that was the 3rd one. Probably the only one that you ever released. Anyways, the entire archive of content is up there. You get an extra bonus episode every single free episode that we do, as well as this week we put out Luke's going to have his first 5 minutes of comedy, which we're going to talk about and play on the next Patreon episode. Go and check that out with Patrick Seta. There's also our entire live show. There's a bad audio recording up as I'm speaking. By the time that you hear this, hopefully I'll have the good audio up, and you'll be able to hear it very clearly and distinctly, and you'll be able to hear the audio mics and shit like that. Putting some work into that. We had a good first time over there at Chameleon. Thank you, Jeremy Johnson, for putting that Quaint Volcano show up. That was so much fun. It was great to see all those comedians perform. It was hilarious to see.
Thank you for having me on.
It was
Congrats, you guys, by the way. I don't know if I said that.
Appreciate that.
Cool.
It was great to see, as Lloyd put it, Steve Harvey, if he was kicked in the head by a mule, perform comedy. That guy apparently does Jeremy's taxes, and he was like, yeah, he's hacked, but he's been in good movies. I wanted to see him. He was like, I was excited about having Blake Hammond on, but unfortunately Blake had got a tooth pulled and couldn't stop slurping down 7-Eleven big gulps, so he got himself a little dry socket and couldn't come out that night. But it was a good fucking time. I didn't go out for the Saturday show. Luke, did you make it for the Saturday?
Nope.
Neither did I, but I assume it went good. They did Roast Jeopardy, had a bunch of great comedians on.
What's Roast Jeopardy?
I'm not sure because I wasn't there, but I assume it was funny. Thank you to all the comedians that came out and especially performed on our show, especially Carrie C., Jeremy Johnston, Cal Jensen?
Yeah.
Cal Jansen,
I can't ever know if it's Jansen or Jensen.
Fucking
Which way
idiot.
do you do it? Yeah, Chris Seymour, who was having so much fun that night.
He really was.
Phil Pointer and Alex Leeds for going through dumb celeb quotes or
Drawings.
Drawings, yeah, that's the one. All right, Luke. Go
And
ahead.
Giles Stockering, I think is his last
Chickering?
name. Chickering, yeah, Giles Chickering.
He was on our show.
What, like on our podcast?
I was just thanking the people that were on the show for us.
Oh, well, I wanted to thank him. He actually performed too.
So did the guy in the leather coat.
He
that
came up. He went up before me.
was doing Def
it
Jam
was off the cuff
1996
stuff.
comedy.
Yeah, that guy, William
That guy
Alexander.
ruled. I love that Jeremy had him on because he ruled for all the wrong reasons.
He ruled.
I would have had him on earlier, but it would have killed the show. But like, he had him on for all the wrong reasons because he was fucking. His comedy's so hacked that it was hilarious to make fun of it.
Anybody got jobs here? Lloyd's like, yeah. What do you do? Zookeeper. Cool. I don't have any jokes about that. So, who's a nurse here? Let's give it up for the nurses. And like, it was the weirdest fucking like.
Dude, he walked the whole
10
room
minutes.
Damn,
on.
I'd be so
It was
salty
like, hey,
if that happened.
He was like, hey, I don't like gay people. And then everybody was quiet. You're at Chameleon, by the way, which is a bar that is like super, like, when it's not a comedy club, it's the go-to for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, half your bartenders are this. What are you doing right now? Yeah, any gay people out there? Yeah, I don't like gay people. No, for real. I really
Yikes.
don't like them. And he sat on it for a long minute. And then he told the corniest
Cricket.
joke ever to save it, which he didn't save it at all. He was just like, yeah, Because I hate him because, like, I dated this guy for 6 months, and he didn't even tell me that he was gay. And then everybody's laughing out of, like, oh, my God, not
Move
only...
on.
Dude, I
you
went
didn't
to
save it. Like, you
I
just...
went to
you did.
laugh at a terrible line of his, and to like just give him some oomph, you know, pat him on the back. And I go to put my hands together for a clap, and Lloyd puts his hand between my hands.
Did you really do that?
And he goes,
That's
and
awesome.
he goes,
That's
he
so
leans
beautiful.
in. He leans in real serious. He goes, "Don't."
Did he have a finger? Did he do a finger at you, too?
In my head, he did, and he goes, "You're better than this."
That's
I was
hilarious.
like, "You're right.
I
you're
love
right,
you
I'm
so
sorry."
much, Lloyd.
What a father figure. I love it.
You know, I'm trying to help raise these kids right.
It was so good, dude.
No, I think on the Patreon we ought to go around and just read some of these statuses because I want to hear how everyone else like powers through these.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna give it up to the sponsors now.
Starting with you, motherfucker. You
Oh, okay,
open
me?
it up.
Oh,
I
okay.
just did a
All right,
whole
fine
thing.
then. All right.
your
Well,
turn.
Oh, I
we're
missed it.
sponsored by Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop.
I barely have a read.
Thank you to Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop for sponsoring us. You guys are the best. If you guys want your heady glassware or anything involving the smoking type of culture, they go to Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. They've got odor eliminator bags. They've got these new bowls there on their website for cheap. They've got, but still the quality is insane. They've got a brand new vaporizer there for affordable prices, and I just went there and got some papers. So
15% off.
15% off
Sorry,
your
Patrick.
order.
I couldn't help it.
50% off if you tell them you're a bastard, and you get 15 off your
Love
order.
you, Pat. I miss you so much.
If you want to go check out
God, if
Scarlet
only
Vape
it was
and
Luke
Smoke
that
Shop,
quit, not you.
Oh.
if you want to go to Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop, they have one of two locations. One's at 937
I'm kidding, it'd be
Monmouth
way
Street.
worse.
I'm in the middle of a read that they're
Let it
paying us
finish!
for.
What?
I'm in the middle of a read that they pay us for.
I'm sorry. What?
Okay, thank you. So we're sponsored by Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. If you want to check them out, go to one of their two locations. One's at 937 Monmouth Street, Newport, Kentucky.
So anyways, Patrick.
41071, and the other is at 11424 Montgomery Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45249.
Man, what a nostalgic blast from the past
Thank
hearing these
you,
sponsors.
Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, Lloyd.
What's this?
He's gonna whiz that at Cody.
If you whiz a whole domino at me, I'm
Hey, what
whizzing
hurt?
this at you, and I'll deal with whatever happens. I don't
Okay,
like things being thrown at
I'm
me.
just gonna give everyone one, and they can just bounce it off of you when you interrupt.
I like it.
All right, well, let them all know this whole cigarette ashtray is coming at their face, and I'll deal with the repercussions. Fuck all you guys. I don't
Cody's
care. I'm not
hyper
scared of you little
athletic arm
bitches.
throw.
I'd be
Good
more
God.
scared of Lloyd if he wasn't
He'll
crippled.
miss at that thing.
I've seen Cody try to be
Fuck you
athletic.
for being accurate, Lloyd.
He'll just peg himself in the face.
Yeah, he'll frisbee back at him.
How did he boomerang around ashtray?
This episode's usually sponsored by Anthony Tank Mansfield. Thanks
Still
for coming
is.
out. It,
So, Luke, anyways, let's
Thank
it
you.
definitely
So,
still
Lloyd.
is.
go on.
It definitely still is. Keep going.
No,
I was waiting.
Yeah,
I
I was
gave you
going to
time.
say how great Anthony Tank Mansfield is and how his super badass podcast, What You Into, is worth the listen.
Yeah.
And if you go hit him up, maybe he'll do some art for you. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll give you a kiss.
He's
Maybe
readjusting
he
his
won't.
life, so maybe not art, but definitely listen to his podcast.
Depends on if it's a day the Browns play. He might be crying. He seems genuinely upset.
Can we talk about what that leads us into?
The misfortunes of liking a sports team a bit too much, eh, bud?
How's that turned into a podcast, Lloyd?
You can also go listen to "Fuck You, We Like the Bengals," hosted by me and friend of the podcast, Alex Schubert. It's
Friend's a loose term that I'd use for Alex. Anyways,
you're making it so much looser for all of us. It's a weekly roast podcast. We just roast the team the Bengals playing. It's a lot of fun. It's you don't even have to really be a sports fan. It's just
Is it like that you're just like, you don't have to know their history? You just say, oh, that guy's haircut is dumb.
yeah,
Right,
kind
dude?
of. Or it depends. It's all over the place. There's a lot of
Anything.
this guy looks like kind of jokes.
Like this guy's number 69,
Yeah,
right,
but they
guys?
save all their jokes for the end. It's real important to know how the podcast works before you get on the podcast or do anything with them, because first they do 45 minutes of unfunny shit, and then you can't talk.
Do you hear this guy?
And if you have a guest,
You got
gotta
all those
wait.
dominoes.
Do you hear
You
this
gotta wait
guy?
till
Pour
the
the whole
roast
thing on.
segment, which, by the way, is at the very end of the podcast when everybody's turning it off.
It's
Otherwise,
astonishing to me that you have
Wow.
the gall to
I'm just saying, if you
roast
try
how
to,
someone runs their own fucking show.
Not only that, but Lloyd has
it's
not
their
only
fucking show.
not only is that you talk so much shit to Lloyd, but Lloyd helped the podcast out and became a crucial member, and he hosted in his house, and you talked this shit to him in his face.
yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But if you're listening to the,
This is like that fucking cheap cook show we all did. And you were
I
like,
broke
this
chef?
show would be funnier if we whizzed bottles at their head while they were cooking.
yeah, because of
that
how
was
bad they were
hilarious.
doing, it was funny.
No, it
Right?
wasn't. You're
It
both
was
hilarious.
drunk
Wasn't funny.
degenerates.
It
You
was
can't
hilarious.
scream that it's wrong while you
I
have two.
laughed my ass off on it. That's why I know.
You were drunk.
Two-thirds of the people that, yeah, the only way we could get through that, just like me trying to get through fucking like the,
It was fun.
it's a good podcast, but they save all their funny material for the last 15 minutes. And if you don't know that as a host, then the autism twins will unite their rings together and be like,
Some harsh
autism
criticism there,
autism
bud.
twins
He tried to
unite,
jump on and
form
just
of
didn't.
an awkward conversation, shape of hating all Cody's jokes until the roast segment.
Wow.
weren't so much jokes as it's like we're going like reading through like stats or whatever from the last week. And he's like titties, big fucking the guy has titties. He likes pussy titties.
Yeah, that
Nazis.
was exactly how it happened.
Wow.
It's pretty close.
Very mature, right?
I believe that.
Also, before Cody forgets, check out Dark Mountain Cult.
I plugged you in the front of the show, you bitch. You were supposed to be on my side.
I know. I just like giving
crying.
you shit. I know you like the.
Sorry, I was watching Claws. Keep
I know.
going.
But check out Dark Mountain Cult. That's my art page. I do a lot of gaming art, bunch of nerd art. I like.
Stop rolling your eyes, Luke.
Challenge me. I want to do something cool. If you want to buy prints, whatever. Christmas is coming up. I don't care. I'll draw whatever you want. Hit me up. Dark Mountain Cult.
All right. Well, I'm good.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate
It's so
you
weird
coming
being
on.
a guest. It's so fucking weird being a guest.
Let's do dumb shit on the Patreon. You ready?
All right.
Patreon.com/thebastardsermon. $5, bitch. Goodbye.